When I first landed in Toronto, the air just felt different. It was fresh, calm, and humming with a quiet promise. Back home, business had always been about survival, a constant hustle. But here it felt like it was about growth, about building something meaningful. I'd come for meetings to chase investments and opportunities, but Toronto had a different lesson in store for me, a whole new way of looking at life. My first real stop was Nathan Phillips Square. You hear people say it's a place of transformation, and honestly, standing there, I started to believe it. As I looked up at that big glowing Toronto sign, I felt something inside me just shift. I had arrived in this city chasing profit, focused on the numbers. But in that moment, I realized I wanted something deeper. I wanted purpose. There was a street musician nearby, singing softly about hope and finding a home. All around him, strangers were smiling at each other, sharing a simple, peaceful moment. And that's when it hit me. Here in Canada, wealth isn't just something you build in a bank account. It's built in kindness, in community, in shared humanity. Next, I found myself wandering through the Royal Ontario Museum, literally walking through time. From the mysteries of ancient Egypt to the story of modern Canada, it was a powerful reminder. Every great civilization, just like every successful business, is built on a foundation of knowledge and the ability to adapt. And you can see that spirit reflected in Canada's economy today. It's steady, it's smart, and it's constantly evolving. While so many nations around the world are struggling, Canada seems to have found this incredible balance between driving innovation and leading with empathy. There's a core belief here in building together, not tearing each other down just to get ahead. And that right there is a superpower. On my third day, after a blur of meetings, endless calls, and handshakes, I escaped to Hyde Park. I found a spot under a huge maple tree and just sat there, listening to the birds and watching the world go by. That park was a beautiful, quiet reminder that success isn't always about moving at lightning speed. Sometimes it's about finding stillness. As I watched families laughing together and students sketching the lake, a sense of peace I hadn't realized I'd lost washed over me. In a world that is always rushing, Toronto teaches you the importance of balance. The lesson is simple: work hard, but rest harder. Your well-being is part of your success. Before my trip ended, I made one last stop, Toronto City Hall. Standing there, looking at those iconic curved towers, I couldn't help but think about leadership. The buildings look like a pair of open arms, ready to welcome everyone, no matter where they come from or what their story is. And that's the real engine of Canada's economy. It opens its doors. Immigrants, entrepreneurs, dreamers. This is a place where it feels like everyone has a genuine chance to build something. Even when facing huge global challenges, Toronto and Canada keep finding ways to grow, powered by cooperation, diversity, and a fundamental sense of trust in one another. It's a model for the world. As my plane took off that night, I looked down at the glittering city lights spread out below me. Toronto wasn't just a business trip destination anymore. It was a message burned into my memory. A message that said, be kind on your climb to the top. Build with others, not against them. Because success without love, without connection, is just an empty number. I came to Toronto for business, but I left with a renewed sense of belief. A belief that here, in this amazing country, the economy isn't just about money, it's about people, it's about hope. And most importantly, it's about heart. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button. Leave a comment with your own experiences. And don't forget to subscribe and follow for more stories from my corner of the world. For the full written article, you can visit my page at www.jellocornerblogs.com. See you in the next one.